Hello everyone. I've been receiving some very nice comments and I wanted to say thank you, and I try to respond to everybody, and when I don't, sometimes I'm unable to respond to you. I will click reply and it will go back to another source and I do not know how to find you. I'll plug you in on the YouTube and sometimes I can find you and sometimes I can't. So if I haven't responded to you on any encouraging comment, that is why, but all of them are appreciated. And one of you made a request to discuss this desk agenda and how I use it. And it's interesting because I know I've written it down who requested it and I can't find it. So it shows, yes, I am somewhat organized, but not perfectly organized. And I say frequently that God wants me humble, because as soon as I think I have all the answers, I quickly realize that I don't. And I just will make this odd mistake, and it's like it happens out of nowhere. Like, of course I have it written down. I have it all in a list and I've looked at it 3 times, but I have just a window to get this video made, so it's either now or it's not going to happen. I have had opportunities to try out many different organizers. Largely I will use my phone, and I use this mostly for long-term type of appointments. If a student comes at a certain time every week, then I use that's plugged in at time that a class starts, or that my daughter has to be at class, that kind of thing. And then personal information from all of my students. That is very important to have on my phone, and I found that works well. Yes, I do put in doctor's appointments and things that are far out, things that are long term. I keep a lot of information on notes. You would think I would put everything on the phone, but I've tried that and there's a part of it that doesn't quite work. It works for a lot of it, but not all of it. It may be my personality, why I need to have multiple bags to meet my needs, but it's like that with the organizer too, that I can stay organized, but it's not just in one self-contained unit or device. But I find that after trying this Louis Vuitton desk agenda, this works the best for me for now. And I've tried the GM and the MM and the PM. And yes, I have the PM and I love it. And I use this, as I've mentioned in another video, for 2 specific reasons. Namely, to write down what I eat, which is in the second half. And then in the first half, I use it for every day if I need to write notes. That's if I'm not carrying this agenda around. This works for personal things, or in the summer when I'm not teaching a class, things like that. But as a general rule and for professional purposes, I do find that this works well. When I first ordered it, I was concerned about it flopping open in the bag, and so I wanted it to be closed. I found this rubber band type thing, and it works quite well to bind it together. I know Lavender is a company that you can order a band and it will hold a pen. But I put enough things in there where it doesn't close evenly. I mean, there's a kind of a gap there, if you will, or it's just, it kind of folds under. And I'm not gonna be able to show you because it's even difficult for me to find, but I think it's damaging the canvas just ever so slightly, having this on all the time. So I just have it on occasionally, depending upon what I'm carrying and where I'm going. I also find that I don't need a pen on this because I carry a little pen case separately. Okay, and then on the inside, what I love is the versatility. I seem to like having, and this is what I currently have just on the inside. I like that I can just add things as quickly as I want to and not have to open the ring and put papers in and things like that. The main part of the organizer is this right here, and I got this at Staples, and you could, yeah, it says it right there at the bottom. I love this color, and it's just a simple student agenda. I like that I can lay it flat, I can turn it back, things like that. And I like that I can look at a month at a time, and then I have a space for each day. And I have these paper clips, and I had gotten them on sale from Kate Spade, and I really love the aerospace. I don't know, they're cute. And I can write down everything that I want to get done professionally or for the job. When I have it written down, I love to mark things off. So if I write it down. It's a good chance when I first sit down in my office, when I go in, I am on that list and I get going, and it keeps me focused and it keeps me prepared, and I much more efficient in my job when I do it that way, to write down things. I wish I were cutesy and would use the stickers, the roll-on tape, the stamps, the colorful pens. If you see a color pen in here, it's just because I happen to have that in my hand. I will grade papers in colorful pens, but that's about it. I wish I were, but I don't ever do that. And so this simple format seems to work really well for me. Then the rest of it looks like this. And what I have here are just some folded papers. And it has just a quick glance at my kids' schedule. So I have 2 kids off at college, and so I see my son's schedule. So if I need to call him or text him, I can look to see if he's in class. You'd think I remember, but I don't. And then my daughter's schedule and my other daughter's schedule I wrote on here too. And then inside here, I don't want to give out too much personal information or anything, but you open it up and I have like my work calendar, my daughter's calendar, and then my other 2 kids, their school calendars too. So if I happen to be out and I'm needing to plan, and we're looking to see if, hey, there's a concert coming up, maybe we'd all like to go, and I can look at their schedules to see if they're going to be free or if they're in class at that time. And wouldn't you know it, this year we all have different spring breaks and things like that. So that's helpful to know when you're doing some planning, and it's at odd times that I want to do that planning. So having this in hard copy is helpful to me. So this is just all of our schedule, this packet here, and I just like it folded, and I can stick it behind here inside, or I can stick it inside this part of the desk agenda, like so, if I want to. I find that the more I use these pockets, though, I feel like it's damaging this. And by the way, this agenda, I didn't really give measurements. It's 7 by 9. It looks just like this. Has a little flat, it has a little slit here, pocket, and a flat folder here, which I'll put in sayings or a quick schedule here. Back here is another pocket, and I like to keep a written tab of things I'm supposed to do at work, so that when I meet with my supervisor and she wants to know what I've been doing in the community or on campus, I can have a list of that immediately. And then I can put the back slip of this agenda if I want to inside, which often I do. A lot of times I don't. I love this versatility. It's such a simple thing. I like it. I wanted something in the damier graphite, which is this pattern here, because I have enough things that surely my daughters will get something. They're not bag people like I am, so that's why I'm hesitating, but I'm sure they'll have something of mine eventually. And I wanted something for my son, and I thought, well, for my son, so I thought this would be a good thing to have for him someday. So that was the meaning behind it, and I do love the colors anyway by its own merit. So as simple as this is, I like it. And then if I'm changing a bag and I don't have enough room for this, or I don't want to take it, I can just pull this out. I do have these little paper clips, and I got this from Target, and because a lot of times I'll have papers, or I'll want to find a special place, or need to find something on these, maybe in this other little notebooks, and so I will want a paper clip. Paper clips just seem to serve me very well to have on hand. These folded set of papers are everything for work, as far as kid schedules, things like that. And then I have these 2 notebooks, Moleskin, and in here is more like a journal, so I can do free writing or workshop ideas or ideas from you kind lovelies when you make requests, things like that. This one was a Moleskin, but I didn't like the way the canvas felt, and I used this tape over it, and I use one of these little small packets for work, and so when I go into a meeting, I use this to take notes, and that's how I filled all of this up. I hope this is helpful. I appreciate the time, and I appreciate all of you. Mwah. Take care. Bye.